Premiere Pro CS3 can import files directly from Adobe Photoshop 3.0 or later. It can even import single layers from a multi-layer Photoshop file. However, it does not support 16-bit TIFF images. I've had good success using PSD or native Photoshop formats in my Premiere projects. Empty or transparent areas of non-flattened Photoshop files will be transparent in Premiere. You can get some nice effects with this. For example, I have this file ready to be imported. It's a Photoshop file. Notice that I need to change this files of type to Photoshop right here in the middle. There's so many files there that or file formats that it's sometimes hard to gather all the different formats that it will import, but Photoshop is right there in the middle, and there's my image. Now notice that I can import this as footage or as a sequence. If I choose footage, I can also merge the layers, or my favorite feature here is I can choose an individual layer here of the many layers in this particular document. Let's do DJ copy 7, and let's use the footage dimensions of the document size, but I can also take the layer size. Once you have your settings specified, click OK. The image layer in this case is brought in. Now notice if I bring this onto the timeline, it adds a nice kind of alpha effect there from Photoshop, and that's directly translated here in Premiere Pro CS3. The sequence option that I showed you there allows you to set up an animation in Photoshop and then import them into your Premiere projects. In this example, I brought in a single layer, but you can also instruct Premiere Pro CS3 to merge all the layers into one flattened clip. Let me demonstrate that technique as well by re-importing the same image, but with different settings. Let's choose footage here, but let's choose the merged layer option. Click OK. Drag a clip onto the timeline, and notice that this is the merged image. Looks quite different. I should point out that some Photoshop layer attributes are not supported, such as non-normal blending modes and the knockout option. A white background in Photoshop will be imported as opaque white. A checkerboard background will import as transparent if the file is saved to a format that supports alpha channels. Converting layers into a sequence makes it possible to set up animations, as I mentioned earlier, using layers in the Adobe Photoshop file. Premiere then converts all the layers into a sequence and each layer into an individual clip in a bin. Each clip's name consists of the layer name followed by the name of the file that contained it. Premiere then automatically creates a sequence in which each layer is inserted in order at the default still image duration. In addition to supporting a wide variety of video, audio, and graphic source files, Premiere can also generate other useful source content, including color bars, color mats, and counting leaders, and much, much more. So let me now move on to the next movie and demonstrate this Premiere Pro CS3 capability.